After the tragic shooting that played out yesterday in Boulder, another shooting survivor stepping up to help victims and families. Frank DeAngelis, the principal of Columbine High School at the time of that deadly 1999 shooting where 12 students were killed. Since then, he's helped lead the Colorado Healing Fund, which is now collecting donations for Monday's victims.
He joins us live this morning. Frank, I mean, first and foremost, when you heard about this, when you started seeing the coverage of this, I can only imagine for someone like yourself who intimately understands what a situation like this might be like, what goes through your head?
Well, it took me back to, almost 22 years ago, and just seeing those families waiting outside. I can remember being down at Columbine High School outside and then over to Leawood, and so many of those parents just waiting in the gymnasium to hear confirmation that their kids were safe, and phone calls. And unfortunately for 13 families, those phone calls never came. And so it took me back emotionally. And I can remember making a comment that week that I just joined a club in which no one wants to be a member. And unfortunately, these families in Boulder just joined that club yesterday, and it's my heart just breaks for them, and we're just there to support them.
Well, this hits close to home, of course, probably triggering a lot of terrible and tragic memories for you. Frank, you think about Columbine, you think of the Aurora Theater shooting, now the Boulder King Soopers grocery store shooting. Do you feel like Colorado sees more mass shootings than, say, other states?
Someone called me yesterday and said Colorado is ranked up there. And I read a statistic, John McDonald, who is the executive director for Jeffco Public Schools, he did some research, and he has every 2.4 years in the state of Colorado, there's some type of mass tragedy. And again, what happened yesterday falls into that category. We had the unfortunate STEM shooting back on May 7th of 2019, and now this takes place. But we've had our share of events in which our community has come together. But Colorado, I can attest, being here my entire life, being a native of Colorado, that Colorado does come together to help, and that's what we're doing right now to help these people in Boulder.
Well, yeah, Frank, let's talk about that, because you talked about supporting those who went through this situation, the shooting here at the King Soopers yesterday, and talk about your efforts to try to step up and be that person, be that support net for folks who are joining, like you said, this club that nobody wants to be a part of.
Well, unfortunately, I can remember after Columbine, I could not go to my house. The FBI was concerned about the safety and welfare of my family, and so I ended up going to my brother and sister-in-law's house, and I can remember that night just reliving everything that I experienced that day. But I made a promise to the 13. I said, there's nothing I can do to bring them back, but I'm going to make sure they did not die in vain. And I made that promise that I'm going to reach out to these communities, and unfortunately, I do get calls, whether it be Sandy Hook, Virginia Tech, Parkland, Santa Fe, and I made that promise. And even these communities in which I can remember when the Aurora Theater shooting happened, getting these calls. And even now, this past year with the pandemic, so many communities are calling and talking about this recovery thing. And so I made a promise until the day I die, I'm going to keep helping these communities. And when I was asked to join the Colorado Healing Fund, when former Attorney General Cynthia Coffman called me and said, Frank, what do you think? And I said, I just wish we had this prior to Columbine, and I know they wish they had it, prior to Aurora Theater shooting, and we were able to help the STEM community a couple of years ago. And now, last night, we activated this, and it really will help these families. And I say it time and time again, it's a marathon and not a sprint, and it's going to be a long haul, but they're going to have support every step of the way.
Frank, what advice do you have for people that were involved yesterday, everyone from the first responders, the customers inside the store, to loved ones who have victims associated to this tragedy? I mean, we saw the video. You can see the pain and the shock on their face. How do you even move forward from that? What's your advice?
One of the things that I learned is you need to find that support system, and that's so important, because what I learned is when you're in a situation like that, whether it, me being a principal or law enforcement or first responders, or you have parents, grandparents, you feel the need to take care of everyone else, which we want to do. But fortunately for me, I received a phone call right after the tragedy from a Vietnam veteran my mom worked for. And he said, Frank, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of others. And fortunately, the one piece of advice that I give to people is you need to find that support system in counseling. And I know what is in place right now up in Boulder with COVA and the various organizations, they got to reach out to the people. And it's, so many times people feel that counseling is a sign of weakness, and it's really not. It's a sign of strength. And I always use the analogy when people say, well, I don't need that support. I have my, significant others, my loved ones. And I said, but if you broke your arm, would you allow that person to fix? They said, no, that's crazy. Well, I said, why would you not talk to someone who's not been trained? And so I think that's an important lesson. And everybody, what I've learned is you need to find that support system. For me, my faith was instrumental. When a couple of days after it happened, I went down to the local parish, and the priest called me up on the altar, and he said, Frank, you should have died that day, but God's got a plan to rebuild that community. So I had the support of my faith community, and faith community not be for everyone, but there's a support system out there, and they need to reach out, and it's not going to be a one and done type of thing. It's going on. And yesterday, when this event happened, I'm going to set up a time with my counselor right now to talk about it, because I'm experiencing some of the same things I experienced, almost 22 years ago.
I can't even begin to imagine. Frank DeAngelis, the principal at Columbine when that shooting happened. Thank you for your unique perspective on what is another horrible situation here in Colorado. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your support, and the families. We're reaching out. We're here for them. Thank you so much.